They wanted to catch a nut, and like a squirrel, they wanted to climb up another tree. So, what do you do about that? So today I'm here to get into all of the reasons that I can't remember this line. I should have looked harder. You read that right. If you're gay, you're ugly. And no, it's not being gay that makes you ugly, but the gay community will do a phenomenal job in making it seem that way. So today I'm here to talk about how the gay beauty standards match up to women's beauty standards and how they might be just as bad, if not a little bit worse. And I also want to help us all look at how we think of ourselves and how we treat others. And I want everybody to take something away from this that's positive. So yes, you heard my title right, but stick along so that you can actually understand what I'm getting at. If you're not a part of the gay community, or even if you are, maybe you're just not familiar with this topic, the gay community will rip you to shreds. They will make you feel like absolute trash. If you've ever used dating apps, which isn't what this video is about, but if you ever use those apps, you'll see things like no fats, no femmes, no blacks, Asians, it goes down the line, Latinos only, fit, mask, buff, bodyguard looking type of people. Yes, and you guys probably think, oh, he's exaggerating. No, I'm not. It is that bad. Like, you will message somebody and they'll say, I said no blacks. I think you're a little bit too chunky. And the people in question, especially when it's coming to body, it's not even like that. But it's like if you're not shredded and looking like you were carved by like a sculptor, or let's say you're not as skinny as my pinky and I could like slide you into a straw to use you as a straw cleaner, you're gonna get like dragged. And it's really bad for your mental health and how you think of yourself. But at the end of the day, even if you know that to be untrue, you start to believe it. Because after getting so many no's, you're like, am I the issue? And the truth is, no, you're not the issue. You're not the issue at all. But these standards are just so toxic and awful that they will kind of make you believe it. And that's what this video is all about. You're always gonna think you're ugly when you're gay because there's always gonna be somebody out there telling you you're not as good looking as you need to be to get with them. But here's the thing, if you're not attracted for somebody, first of all, that means nothing. We all have different like opinions of what's attractive. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. We've all heard that. But on top of that, somebody that doesn't value you for the way you are, they're not worth your time. So if somebody thinks you're not attractive, that's their loss, because there's somebody out there, I can guarantee you, there are 8 billion people in this world. There is somebody out there thinking that you are the most fine, beautiful person that they have ever seen. And if you have that killer personality to compliment it, you're golden. You are literally golden. But in the gay community, they don't care about your personality. They're really just sitting here saying, you're ugly. I don't think you're attractive. And it's a very exclusive culture, but it's a very toxic one. Hey you guys, if you have not yet, please make sure to consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribe down below. Really helps me out, and it makes me want to make more videos like this to connect with you guys. As I previously mentioned, unfortunately, the elites of the gay community, it's kind of similar to in real life. They want you to be skinny, they want you to be white, they want you to be fit, and they want you to look slightly unattainable, if that makes sense. And that's what sucks, because again, even though this video isn't about the dating apps, these dating apps will tell you if you are not a skinny, white, fit guy or some super skinny twink, you're nothing. And that's not the case, and there's so many different people out there. But the gay community really does just take the bigger scale issues that we see in the normal world, such as like racism, body dysmorphia, all that, and just shrink it to a smaller scale, and they say,
hey, we fight for these people to get their fixins, but now let us oppress the people in our community, our already oppressed community, like, yes!
They live for it in them. I mean, that's kind of how it goes. At the end of the day, the people that are on the top of that gay food chain, they're always going to feel great and they're always going to preach positivity because that's not something they deal with. It's really easy to preach positivity when you don't get the receiving end of the negative energy. You know, that's just kind of how it goes in this world. I know it sucks. And I know I sound really bitter. I'm not bitter. I'm just speaking the truth. Like, I'm gonna have a relationship, y'all. I found my person that thinks I'm the hottest little filly out there, and I think the same about him. Like, that's how that goes. So I don't know what to tell you guys, but I'm speaking wisdom. And I have been through this bull. I have been through this. And so I'm just talking about my experience to kind of help you guys out. But let me keep it moving, because now I'm rambling. I'm so good at this. I'm not very good at this, I'm not gonna lie. Another thing that sucks is, because I know that there's always somebody out there, because I made a similar video one time, and someone was like,
oh my gosh, you are saying all this, but this has been my experience.
Everybody's gonna have a different experience. And unfortunately, much like in the real world, if you want to be on that top upper echelon of the gay community as a POC, you have to work even harder, which is very similar to real life, where it's like you have to look astronomically good. You can't just be cute. You have to be the sexiest person out there. You have to be all of these things, checking up all these different boxes to an extreme just so you can kind of sit up there, which it's not really worth it. I mean, if you want that, you want that, but I don't know many people that do, if that makes sense. It's like, yes, we all want to be sexy, yes, we all want to be hot, but do you want to have to work 2 times harder just to keep some status that you technically don't even really have? I'm gonna get eaten up for this video. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get dragged. People don't like the truth. A lot of gay men that I know just find themselves being attracted to somebody that's good for their heart but bad for business. And when I say that, I mean, yes, you're going for somebody that you think is your dream guy. Yes, they're checking off the boxes and looks and all the superficial things, but it's somebody that's going to not value you, treat you poorly, and you're gonna walk away feeling kind of worthless and bad. And that's not what you want, because this video is all about do not let other people make you feel ugly. Because at the end of the day, you're bomb. You are a boss ass bitch in one way or another, but you have to find out what makes you that. Don't let other people tell you what it does, you know? You're mad that you bought the dream they sold you on. Another thing that kind of drags itself into this is the massive hookup culture in the gay community. So sometimes you're not even ugly, but if you do have standards, if you do have morals, if you're a little bit more reserved, there are a lot of guys out there that will not like that, but they will go after what they want. And sometimes you will get played. They might want to take you on dates. They might want to pretend to get to know you, when in reality they do just want to sleep with you. And then you get slept with and you get dropped and you're sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, was I bad in bed? Was I ugly? Did I do this? Did I do that? Did my breath stink? Is my apartment not cute? No, it's just the hookup culture. They wanted to catch a nut, and like a squirrel, they wanted to climb up another tree. So what do you do about that? You move on. It's not the person for you. Yes, it sucks when you get played. It really does. And some people look at it as, hey, play the game before the game plays you. That's a f***ed up mentality. I'm telling you that right now. But that's just how it is like that. So you don't act surprised. Just take the punches, roll with them, move on, and do better for yourself, because that's really all you can do. Do better for you, because you want to be better for you. If you want to hate yourself, if you want to cry yourself to sleep at night, if you want to let these people choose your self-worth, that's cool. Not something I personally do, but if that's what you want to do, hey, go for it. Live your life. I'm not here to tell you how to do that. I'm just telling you how I like to live mine. Hey yo, quick break. If you have not already, please consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribe down below. It really helps my channel out, makes me want to make more videos like this. And I also have my socials in the descriptions if you ever want to DM me because it's something you don't want to comment, or you just might want to DM me in general. Do it, have fun. Thank you guys. Let's get back to the video. So everything I've said leads me into one of my bigger points of this video, and I know this is so beaten to death, it's so cliche, but it's so true. Love yourself. Love yourself before you try to pursue anything else. If you want to download a dating app, that's good for you. Love yourself before you do it, because let me tell you, that journey of self-love, it's a tough one. And yes, I did use dating apps, and they're what pushed me to have that journey. That's not how it has to be, that's just how it happened for me. But go on that journey and find out who you are at your core and become solid in that. Because that way, when you do get your rejections, you're not going to sit here and say, what could you have done better? Because a lot of the times, there aren't things you could have done better, you just went after the wrong person. But that's what leads you to spiral, and I won't lie, I have been through some dark, it was really, really bad, like extremely bad. And I don't want anybody to ever have to go through that, and unfortunately as gay men, that's something we do have to do a lot, especially when I was going through it, because being gay wasn't super talked about. I didn't have any gay resources to look toward. I just didn't have anybody to ask my questions, so I took matters into my own hands, and that was scary. And I'll get into that in another video, but that's really scary as shit. Like, that's not fun. That's not cool at all. So be solid in yourself. Know who you are as a person, because if you don't, the game will play you. The machine will turn you out, and it's not gonna be a fun or pleasant experience at all, unfortunately. Of course, as you guys know, probably don't, but if you are from another video, I just talk about my personal experiences, and with this, when I first started using dating apps, it was kind of hard because I didn't think I was ugly by any means, but you know, back when, I can't believe I'm gonna admit this on camera, back when I had Grindr, I'd be tapping, I'd be messaging people, and I'd be like, why is nobody getting back to me? I was like, am I not cute enough? Am I not good? And the people that did reach out to me would be like the really creepy kind of gross men, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, like this is not for me, this is not hot, this is not cute. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? So it was just very disheartening because I was like, anybody that I found attractive, for the longest time I was like, they don't find me attractive back at all. So it was very bad for my self-esteem, and I'm already trying to find out who I am and just who I want to be as a person. So, you know, already a bunch of hormones out there. That did not help me at all, especially when I would see some of my other friends that were just popping off. They got everybody they wanted, everybody was swiping up, everybody wanted them, and I was like, what am I doing different? I was like, some of y'all weren't even as cute as I was, but that's just how it goes. The one time I messaged a guy and I was like, hey, I think you're cute. He said, sorry, not into black guys. Yeah. One time I tried to set up a double date for my friend and I. The guy said something very racist, so I'm not going to repeat it, but it was along the line of, I'm not dating an Asian guy. I'm not going on a date with an Asian guy, which was extremely messed up on every single level. But that's the kind of shit that you're going to experience with dating apps. And not even just dating apps, actually. Just like in general in the world. And that's why I'm saying, be secure with yourself, because if you're not, they will rip you to shreds. They can smell the fear, they can smell the insecurity. They're going to have a field day with you, and that's not what anybody wants or needs, for that matter. Like, come on, I can't even speak. Can't even speak. For the longest time, when I kind of started, like, I guess, rising up the social ladder of the gay community, by no means my hot shit. I just want y'all to know that now. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But I did have like a little, I guess I consider my prime, where I was kind of getting everything I was going after, and it was really fun, and I was surrounding myself with these people that, yes, they were fun to go out to parties and bars with, and yes, these are the people that for so long I thought I wanted to be a part of, because I was like, oh, you guys are all the things that I like wanted to be a part of so badly in high school. It's like, now I'm actually in the group that excluded me. I hated them. They weren't my type of people. I was hanging out with really bad people that were just very like malicious, and yes, it looked very, very, very appetizing from the outside. And then you got in, well, I got in, should I say. And I was like, this is not anything like I thought it was gonna be. And for so long, I waited in line to get into this club just to find out that the DJ sucks, the music's whack, the drinks are weak. It was bad. And obviously I'm not talking about an actual club. It's a metaphorical club for this group. But you guys get what I'm saying. I did all of this work just to realize I didn't want what I had worked so hard for, because just because something looks good does not mean it tastes the same. So that's kind of where I was at the end of it. And eventually I left the group, and I kind of started doing things that made me happy. I was trying to find out, what is it that makes me tick? What is it that I actually enjoy? It's like, okay, I've understood how it feels to be on the bad end, I've understood how it feels to be on the good end, and I didn't like either. So I just started doing my own thing. I started loving me. I started running things my own way. I was like, hey, if you want to get with it, and if you don't, well then get out. And it was really cool and a great experience. And so yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I think it was very good for me and my mental health, and I really just started living how I wanted to live, regardless of how people thought of that, because that's all you can do. You have your life, it's your life. Live it. Stop looking at what other people have, because I can guarantee you, just because something looks fun, just because something looks appealing, that doesn't mean or guarantee that it is by any means. And a lot of the time, the things that you want the most are not what they seem. And I feel like I've beaten a dead horse. I know this video's been a bit redundant, but I'm just trying to drill it in, because I know you hear it all the time, but you don't ever really listen to it. And at the end of the day, I want you to know, you watching, you right there, you are so beautiful, you are so loved, you are so amazing, you are so perfect in your own way. So just because you're not somebody else's definition of perfect, don't let that take away from you, because you still are. And that's just the truth. Like, I don't know how else I can tell it to you. You're hot, you're sexy, you're beautiful, you're fine. You're the one to be. So yeah. But thank you guys so much if you have made it this far in this video. I know, like I said, I've harped on the same topics a lot of times, but I just get so frustrated when I see this stuff. Like, I hate it. But with all that being said, I love you guys so much. Stay safe, stay beautiful. And if you like this video, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.